Welcome to For the Record. I'm Sheldon Ingram. Today we're kicking off this week with what promises to be one of the biggest events in Pittsburgh's history, our city hosting the NFL Draft. The stage is set for the main event, which kicks off with round one Thursday. And in today's show, I travel to Acrisure Stadium to sit down with several key people involved with making this a memorable week in the Steel City. We begin with my sit-down interview with Steve Farrago, the NFL Director of Event Operations.
Thank you for having me, first of all. Happy to discuss the ongoing plans. We are pretty much right where we should be at this time in overall planning schedule. Right now, out in the parking lots outside Acrisure, we're really focusing on our draft theater. That was the first thing that we started building back on March 28th. It is the largest build here for the draft. Currently, we're installing some of our scenic and production elements, so you'll see LED boards going up, design elements, and then we'll layer in the TV portion of the draft, cameras, lighting, and then we'll get into our seating. The rest of the site's also in motion. We have some of our hospitality tents and structures going up out in the gold lots out there. And just if you look across the footprint, we have a lot of our what we call our draft experience elements also taking place and being built, whether that's a beer hall, our retail tent with our partner Fanatics out on the west side of Acrisure, along with all the other infrastructure that comes with a large-scale event like this, right? Restrooms, concession tents, and the like. And then on the other side of the river at Point State Park, we also have a presence there. Draft experience footprint expands to Point State Park. So that has started to be stood up over there, again, with draft centric elements. The Steelers also have a presence over there at Point State Park. And then this weekend, you'll also see the red carpet being built. So that'll be active on Thursday afternoon. The prospects and their families will walk the red carpet right in front of the fountain prior to coming over to the North Shore and getting ready to hear their name called. Also over at Point State Park, something new for draft and something we're really excited about is a projection that we're putting out on the Wyndham. On the Wyndham Hotel. So if you're over in Point State Park or in the downtown area, get a good view of the projection there for the Wyndham as well.
So the projection is going to be placed on the hotel itself.
On the hotel itself.
So
yeah.
That was going to be my next question about Point State Park. My first thought, are you going to have TV monitors, large screen TV monitors out there, but you're going to actually have an outdoor monitor attached to the hotel.
Yeah, it won't be live, but there'll be moments of the draft captured and put up there. We're also going to highlight the great history of Western PA football, Steeler elements, so a bunch of creative assets that'll be put up there. But we'll also have viewing screens, smaller LED in the park. So if you're over there, you could watch the draft as well while taking in the festivities.
So while coming into Acrisure Stadium, the area around the stadium has the look and feel of a village. For folks who have not ventured to the North Shore since March and into Point State Park, there's fencing set up as an enclosure for the draft footprint, but it has the look and the feel of a village. Is that what you're trying to create?
Yeah, it's almost like a mini city, right, with the amount of structures and the size of the structures there. So we really want to create that immersive experience for the fans, right? So you have the theater as our anchor over here on the North Shore, and then that's supported by various builds, right? Temporary structures, whether it's hospitality. We also have a vast setup for our broadcast partners, right, to be able to show this event to the world, right? So they're building big sets there. We have Pat McAfee, ESPN activating out in the parking lots as well. And it really spans a good portion of the North Shore here. So you have the theater and some of the hospitality builds on the east side in the gold lots. And then we continue that village around the south side of the stadium by the quay, activating the new Steelers turf field just outside of Acrisure on the south side. We dot that with sponsor activations. We have some of our sponsors with interactive elements there. And then as you come around to the west side of the stadium, the footprint continues. We have a draft beer hall just out front of the Science Center. And again, that's where our large retail store is, and we have an entry on that side as well. So if you're coming to the site from the west side, you can come in off Casino Drive. So to your point, it's a village. It takes a village to build it, and it will look like that. And we're right in the middle of that process. And then that'll expand across the river.
So while we're watching this event on television, you know, one of the fascinating events about the NFL draft is the green room, good or bad, depending on when you're chosen.
Right.
You're setting up the green room inside the Great Hall, correct?
Correct, that's right. We are building a customized temporary green room, but it will not feel temporary, right? It'll have that very comfortable living room look and feel to it. You'll also see a lot of Pittsburgh art culture, right, weaved into the design and elements of the green room, which is really special. Our creative team trying to pull that thematic through of bringing Pittsburgh to life, but working in great conjunction and partnership with the Steelers and being able to lean into the use of Acrisure. That's a great location for the green room. It'll be televised, obviously, to the millions watching at home, and it's a great location to support the movement. You know, when they do hear their name called from the green room out onto the stage.
Roughly, give me an idea how long that walk is from the green room to the stage.
Yeah, probably about a minute and a half or so. You know, the anticipation's building, right? They've gotten picked. And then they want to get out to the stage, hear their name called, meet the commissioner, get the jersey, right? So that's about, depending on where exactly you're sitting, but we don't want to make them walk too long.
Yeah, and during that walk, we will see some fascinating artwork from local artists, I understand?
Yeah, Kim Fox doing some great work on the player walk. We highlight all 32 teams, and it's really bespoke and highlighting the local artists here in Pittsburgh. It's something that also the players lean into, right? We've seen on broadcast in previous years when they walk past the team that shows them their logo, right? Giving a nod to their team as they walk up. So it's a great thing for the prospects to kind of be immersive and feel, and then from a television perspective, really showing off the skill and artwork of a local artist here, again, for the prospect, but then also on television.
Lastly, this is a massive event, perhaps the largest in the history of the city, anywhere from 500 to 700,000 people. Let's talk about security and law enforcement. And we don't want to we won't give away, you know, the strategies of law enforcement, but give us an idea of the law enforcement presence and give us an idea of what one must expect to enter into the draft village.
Sure. Working closely, again, from the event side, NFL security and law enforcement, from local City of Pittsburgh PD all the way up to the federal level, and just putting the right resources in place as we would for any NFL tentpole event to make sure it is a safe environment for fans and workers and anybody else coming down to the event. We have our clear bag policy in effect, so we encourage either clear bag or no bag just to expedite the screening process coming in to site. It'll be similar to other large-scale events or football games where you'll go through magnetometer, airport-style screening. We will expedite that as quick as possible and make sure you get in. But you know, safety is paramount for an event of this size and nature. It's something we take seriously, and we've been coordinating with local law enforcement since the beginning on making sure that can happen.
How many entrance points right now are set up for the public?
We have 3 main entries here on the North Shore. We have 1 on Casino Drive and then 2 to the east. We have 1 just off Tony Dorsett and 1 down on Riverfront. We're calling that the Riverfront entry. So 3 main fan entries here on the north side, and then 1 main fan entry on Point State Park, just off Commonwealth, right outside the Wyndham if you're going down to Point State Park.
Lastly, when does everything open up to the public?
12 o'clock noon on Thursday. The doors will open. We'll welcome the guests in. The selection process starts at 8 o'clock on Thursday night, and then we'll open again on 12 on Friday. And then a little earlier on Saturday, we'll start at 9. The draft selection process will go 8 o'clock on Thursday, 7 o'clock on Saturday, and then noon. But it's a full day of activities and programming, even in advance of the selection process starting. So we encourage fans to come down early, come all 3 days. If you can't make Thursday because you have work, come Friday or come Saturday, bring the kids out. It's accessible, it's a free event. So we encourage you to come out all 3 days.
I mean, folks will be coming in town on Wednesday, and you know you're going to have folks gawking at the entrance point, so they'll just have to stand there and gawk, right?
Yeah, we're we want to let that anticipation build a little bit, right? But we'll get you in, and also come down. If you come down Wednesday, right, explore everything that Pittsburgh has to offer. I'd be remiss if I didn't offer not just what the draft is offering, but what the city does too, right? And that's a great thing about draft. It's really a canvas to highlight the city. So as you go between the 2 sites, take in everything else that the city has to offer. We're kind of calling it a walking tour. Take in the food, the music, the entertainment, everything downtown. It's going to be an immersive event across the 2 sites.
Still ahead on For the Record.
Well, we're just excited to welcome folks here. This is such a special place, and downtown really is the heart of the region.
The head of the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership on why Pittsburgh's moment in the spotlight this week will be special for residents and visitors alike. We're joined now by Jeremy Waldrop, who is the president and CEO of the Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership. You are a key player in this whole NFL draft preparation. First of all, what big events do you guys have planned that's NFL draft centric around the city?
Yeah, so we've been redding up downtown, getting ready for the thousands of folks that are going to descend in the Golden Triangle and here on the North Shore. And we couldn't be more excited. We're kicking things off with a ribbon cutting of Market Square at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. I think we're going to be bringing the governor to join us to welcome folks back into a newly renovated Market Square. So there's dozens of restaurants around the square. We're having a free music concert. Everything begins at 4 p.m. and that kicks off a whole evening of live music. We have 15 additional music venues around the city, all celebrating and welcoming our guests with live music. So we're encouraging folks to get out. It's called Pittsburgh Music Edition. It's again at venues around the city. All types of genres will be highlighted. And this really is an opportunity to get into our neighborhoods, experience some of the restaurants and retail that we're so proud of and happy to support.
So what neighborhoods are we talking about?
So it goes from Lawrenceville, the Strip District, South Side, we're up in Millville at Mr. Small's, and then a host of venues downtown. So you can get out there and see what we all love about Pittsburgh, which is our little neighborhoods and pockets around the rivers.
Because a lot of folks will be arriving in town on Wednesday, and of course they want to see Pittsburgh, they want to get a feel of the vibe here. How will these folks know how to navigate the city?
So we're encouraging folks to download the One Pass app. That's going to give you access to everything that's happening both inside the footprint and around the greater downtown area. It's got all your information about transportation, but also some retail and restaurant opportunities to help you feel like a real Pittsburgher. Additionally, we have 18 new businesses that have all used the draft deadline as an opportunity to get their doors open. We're talking about a new Black-owned brewery collective that's opening up on Forbes Avenue, a cocktail shop on Penn Avenue. These are just a smattering of offerings. Again, really using the draft and the emphasis and energy coming from the folks that are joining us here in the city, but a real opportunity to not just be here for the draft. These things are going to be here for months and years from now.
So so much was talked about that Pittsburgh can be marketed to the world. This is a fascinating marketing platform. What do you want folks to see about the city of Pittsburgh when 52 million people are watching?
Well, obviously, it's a beautiful city. The skyline speaks for itself, but we want people on the streets to feel welcomed and engaged. And we want them to find that restaurant or realize that we have this amazing cultural district with a whole host of assets that are here year round so that they plan that new trip. We know there's going to be a lot of folks driving in from 3-4 hours away. We want them to find something that they love and come back and experience it time and again.
So, so much is made about Pittsburgh's football history, its lineage. How will the football lineage of this region be presented to the rest of the world?
Well, we have some tricks up our sleeve. We're going to be showing you some Hall of Famers throughout the walk from Point State Park into Market Square and over into the North Shore. So you can get your photo with some life-size Hall of Famers. But we also have Football Town showing at the Kamen Science Center, which is a free opportunity for folks to get down and experience that real amazing documentary about football heritage here in Western Pennsylvania.
And that's still going to be shown at the Science Center?
Yeah, that'll be at the Science Center, absolutely free throughout the draft.
Now, the Hall of Famers you mentioned, will they be in person? I mean,
no, unfortunately, we couldn't make that magic happen, but you can still get your selfie with a life-size top trading card, actually, of these legends.
Okay, good deal. Is there anything else you want to share with us that we should know about preparations?
Well, we're just excited to welcome folks here. This is such a special place, and downtown really is the heart of the region. And this investment that's happening, 95% of it's going to be here for months and years to come. And so we want folks, again, to just get out, experience the city, talk to us Pittsburghers. We are excited to have people here, and we want to show you our favorite spots, where we're going to grab a cold drink or a permane sandwich, how to avoid some of the lines and get out there and feel like you belong.
Yeah, I read an email recently that the folks at Point Park University, their students will be involved as ambassadors, and so I imagine you have a host of volunteers that are helping you get through this exciting time.
Yeah, there's going to be people throughout the footprint. We've actually hired 185 artists and musicians and jugglers. They're going to be welcoming you throughout downtown and the North Shore, just to really create a party, festive experience for folks as they're experiencing the draft.
Still ahead,
Do not drive. Let us get you there.
Pittsburgh Regional Transit's plan to get around town and making it easy during the NFL draft, and how they're able to offer some free rides during the big event. With us now is the CEO of Pittsburgh Regional Transit, Catherine Kellerman. Thank you for joining us. So
Thank
we
you
want
for
to
having
know about everything transportation as it relates to the NFL draft. What is your overall strategy and mission for this massive event?
So broadly, do not drive. Let us get you there. We have trains, we have buses, we have shuttles. Our downtown locations are accessible whether you are walking or you're using a mobility device. Let us get you there. We got you covered. That's our message and that's our strategy.
So how do you execute this strategy, starting with the city?
Great.
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. I mean,
Well,
we
let's
have
go.
89, we have 89 neighborhoods here.
We do,
How do
we
you
do.
execute that strategy?
So within the city and in part of the South Hills, we have the T lines. The T lines will be running every 7 to 8 minutes, and those will be running until 1 in the morning.
Starting what day?
Starting on Thursday. So Wednesday normal, get on ready, and then Thursday morning we will start running every 7 to 8 minutes. You'll see the two lines will be every 15 minutes, but the overlap's about 7 to 8. That's going to go on until 1 in the morning. And Sheets is sponsoring the fares for the inclines and for our mon-incline and for anybody coming in on the T. So that's going to be in the city. And then if you're on your regular routes trying to get to your job, we can talk about that now, we can talk about that later. We're going to run a Saturday schedule. Now, why are we doing that? Fewer folks are going to be coming into downtown, and this frees up buses there that we can put into shuttles and feed folks in from park and rides. That gives them a direct shot, but it keeps those folks coming from the draft from being on our local service. And while you're trying to get to work, here's somebody trying to figure out how to get over to the locations for the draft.
So the city lines versus your suburban lines, what should we expect there? I mean, the folks coming in from the suburbs, are they going to land at the parking rides and then shuttle in from there?
Right, we will have 4 park and rides that have new shuttle type services. One will be coming from McCandless, Monroeville, the University Park and Ride, and to the south it's called Large. That's the city, not just a description. Large Park and Ride. Come on there and park, and you will catch a ride straight into downtown. The buses will stop close to Point State Park, really, really close. On the North Shore, they'll stop at Federal and General Robinson, so within a block of where all the action is happening. And these fares are being picked up by the Pittsburgh Host Committee and the Pittsburgh Foundation. So show up, get on the vehicle. Why is it a big deal there's not a fare? It's a great idea, but that also means we can run faster and smoother because everyone's not doing this up at the fare box.
And so just to repeat this, you're
Sure.
saying that when folks land on the north side, or if they land North Shore or downtown, they will be here on the North Shore, within a block
right.
of the entrance point.
Yes, and we should be within a block or two over at Point State Park, as close as we can get to be respectful of the security perimeter. We're going to get you much closer than you will get if you try to drive yourself.
So you mentioned something very interesting in that you don't expect your normal workflow
We don't.
to come to downtown, I guess, Wednesday through Friday. So that's why you're running a Saturday schedule.
Yep. Yes, we are. So Thursday, Friday, we know downtown employers have made a lot of efforts for folks not to come in. We also know this is percolated out to other neighborhoods. So we're hearing as far as Oakland that folks are not going to be coming into their offices. So instead of putting the buses out there where there won't be that many folks or getting tangled up, getting close to downtown, doing a Saturday schedule lets us have routes that aren't as much in downtown. They're still hitting our neighborhoods. They're still hitting all of our boroughs and all the places we want to go. And that gives us extra capacity to hit those shuttle routes that are coming in too.
So that leads into my
Yep.
final question. And with so much attention given to accommodating the NFL draft, is your fleet challenged or compromised in any way to facilitate these people?
So for Saturday service, running that schedule means we have enough vehicles to also pick up the additional shuttles. And running that Saturday means our bread and butter, our folks who are with us 334 days out of the year, however often they ride, we can get them to work. We can take care of our Pittsburghers and our Allegheny County folks, and it leaves us the ability to also be able to hit the shuttles. So it's it's a win-win for us.
And when does the schedule flip back to normal?
Saturday morning, we will see, so it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All of those days will be Saturday on a bus. We'll have the shuttle routes on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and the rail service Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday back to normal.
Ahead in just 2 minutes, an early look at next week's For the Record and the big event in Pittsburgh that's coming just about a week after the NFL draft. Welcome back to For the Record. Coming up next week, a look ahead to the Pittsburgh Marathon. A full weekend of exciting events is set to happen just about a week after the NFL draft. And we sit down with the head of P3R to learn some of his favorite parts of the event.
You know, I have so many of them, to be honest with you, but standing at that finish line and seeing the emotion of everybody's face, whether it's smiles, whether it's tears, I know they're probably happy tears, but in the back of my mind, I always know that that person set out for a goal, you know, maybe 9 months ago, maybe 6 months ago, probably a goal that they didn't know that they were gonna get to the end. And seeing that culminate at that finish line and the emotion and the hugs and the high fives that I'm able to give, just really makes me feel great about what we do and what we can bring to this city.
Catch this all new For the Record next Sunday morning at 11 right here on WTAE Channel 4. And that's all for today's edition of For the Record. Thank you for watching and have a good week.